Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Baseline Banter. This is episode 7. How are you, Dad?
Fantastic. Looking forward to episode 7. What do
Can
we
you,
got on tap for today?
well, first of all, can you believe this is the seventh one? Feels like we just started
I thought it would be only 6, but it's 7, I
it.
guess.
Um, well, I think we should talk about the recent happenings on tour to start off with.
Starting with Toronto and Montreal.
Yes. What did you think about that?
Well, I thought Vicky was tremendous. Not that she won,
Unbelievable.
she was able to come back, against these good players.
Unbelievable. Yep.
You would think that she would fold, but she didn't. It's terrific.
No,
And
and to be
then,
that young, right?
yeah,
And we have a somewhat of a connection with her through having been involved with Ace Tennis, where she trained until she was 14 or
I don't know
so.
exactly when, but something like that, 13, 14.
So
Was in
I've only
Burlington.
heard good things about her, and to be 18 and perform the way she did and carry herself the way she did on camera in front of all those people, and to be at such a huge stage at an early age and handle it that well is unbelievable.
I was most impressed with the comebacks she made. I mean, she
Yeah,
easily could have folded and still did well, but to actually win the whole thing, and
unbelievable.
yeah, and I don't know,
Who would have thought? Who would
she's
have
got a good
thought?
family too. The brothers and
Yeah.
sisters all involved in
Well,
tennis.
actually, where I'm at now, 3 years ago, her brother was a pro,
Where at
Westmount.
really?
Yeah,
I
three
didn't
years
know that.
ago, Kevin Mboko
I didn't know that.
was a pro at Westmount. Yep.
Wow,
Yep.
very impressive.
Yeah. And what about the men's side?
Oh, wait, we didn't finish with Osaka.
What do you think? What do you think about
But I
Osaka?
don't know what happened. She played a great tournament. She was dominant in the first set. She played really well, hitting the ball nice and deep. And then something just snapped
Yeah.
with her.
Well, I'll tell you what I think about Osaka. She has psychological issues.
Oh, for sure. Emotional
She
issues,
has
for sure.
emotional issues, some mental issues.
Well, didn't she
I think
quit
the
the
talent's
tour?
there, but like realistically, if you're thinking about raw talent and ability, I think Osaka has more than Vicky right now. But I just think like, do you really believe that Mboko is at the same level as Osaka?
Well, judging by the first set, and that's how Osaka usually plays, I mean, it's not the same level. It's a
Hmm.
kind of a level down. But Vicky is very strong emotionally, which
Hmm.
I thought Osaka at one point had to quit the tour because she couldn't take it a few
Yep.
years ago.
Yep.
But she seemed to have overcome that
Right.
until the meltdown. And then she just couldn't play.
And then she goes, I can't, well, not she goes. She didn't thank Vicky after her win.
Yeah, and she claims, well, she didn't think of it and she was just too involved and
I
she
don't
was
think it was
upset.
intentional. I think she has emotional issues. She's obviously very distraught over losing the final. So what? She forgot to mention this girl who she doesn't know.
Well, it was just the proper thing to do. I mean, it's a
But
traditionally
she was
proper.
out of her head.
Yeah.
She wasn't, it's like it would be different in hindsight. Like you approach her when the emotions aren't as high strung as they are in that moment, and you
Yeah.
ask, what would you say in a victory speech? I'm sure the first thing out of her mouth would be thank you to my opponent.
Yeah.
But she was just so high strung and emotional that it,
It's always the same. Thank you to my opponent. Thank you to the crowd. Thank you for the to the tournament organizers.
and her inability to show that composure in the thank you might point to her psychological issues on court as
Oh,
well.
definitely. Definitely. She's what, 26 or 27? So she's been around.
She's been around.
Yeah.
She can still figure it out. I'm not saying she can't figure it out.
Yeah. Anyways, the
Isn't
thing is
isn't
that
isn't
you
Pat Maratoglu her coach?
was her coach. She's got this new coach, this Polish guy who coached Świątek and coached Radwanska. He's a very reputable coach, this
Mhm.
guy. But he just came on just for this tournament, so
Yeah.
I don't think he's gotten to her emotional problems yet. Now, the thing, here's my what I've seen a lot in all these years of tournaments. You have somebody like Vicky who just comes, somehow she wins this thing. And now what's going to happen in the US Open? I mean, very often it's a letdown, and I hope it isn't.
I hope it
But,
isn't.
but very often it is. Like she could lose to somebody who's like 50th in the world.
I think Vicky has a much better look. We've seen this before. First, we saw it with Jeannie Bouchard. Then we saw it with Bianca. Two young female athletes who achieved unbelievable success at a very early age and failed to follow it up later in their career.
And don't forget about Ruta Kanu.
Yeah, but I'm speaking on being on Canadians,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
right? So this is our third Canadian young lady, and we know being in the tennis industry, you have a Canadian champion, especially for girls. They get into this girl, more girls get into tennis. So I guarantee you the number of girls who are interested in playing tennis has just gone up in Canada with
Definitely.
this win.
Definitely.
And I just hope for the sake of our sport, as well as, just seeing the great benefits of tennis on a young developing child, male or female, I hope that, she can stick around and as a result, more and more girls will get into tennis. So that's my hope with her.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Terrific. What about the men's?
I mean, Sheldon deserved it. I was very disappointed with Zverev's performance. I thought he should have gone further, but he's a choke. So,
We talked about that prior to the tournament,
yeah.
that the
Um,
favorite was Zverev, but he's,
I
you know,
wasn't surprised with Shelton winning it. Dominant serve, the big names weren't in it. It's hard court after all. He's got a great hard court game. It's what he's trained on. Not as much pressure. Young guy, really hungry. It makes sense that he would come in and win.
he was due too. I mean, he was
He
knocking
was
on the
due.
door, right?
Hmm.
So he deserved to win. Now let's see what happens to him in the US Open.
Yeah, I know.
See,
So
it's a
yeah,
different thing. 3 out of 5 sets is completely different than 2 out of 3 sets.
for sure.
So what do you think, US Open men's?
US Open men's. Sinner. Sinner's going to take it all. I'm predicting Alcaraz will not have a good performance. He'll be out maximum third round. He makes it. Reason being, I just saw too many cracks in Sinner's game. I mean, sorry, in Alcaraz's game, and we're taking for granted that he's had a good past few months, but before a few months ago, he wasn't doing all that well. There's some concerns he wasn't playing up to par, and I just think he's still a bit hot and cold.
Yeah.
I don't
So
think
it
he can
wouldn't it,
hold on as long as Sinner can
it wouldn't
in
surprise me
terms
if
of
Al
consistent years and years of Grand Slam finals.
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Alcaraz won. I think Sinner is the clear-cut favorite, but Alcaraz has a chance, and Alcaraz is losing sets. Like even today, was it today or yesterday? He lost a set to somebody, and but now it's 3 out of 5, so
Yeah,
he
what
can
do you
easily
take?
afford to
What's
lose a set.
Okay, I'd love to hear this. Rank the top five men's American players.
No particular order.
No, I want Five, 1 to 5.
All right. Well, I got to go with Fritz one.
Over
Um,
Shelton?
yeah,
Okay. I beg to differ,
just
but
based it on one tournament, and probably Shelton two, um, Tommy Paul
hmm.
three. Um, who else? What about this Michelson guy?
Yeah. What about Tiafo? You got Corda. You said Tommy Paul?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
probably Tiafoe's five.
Yeah. I think Shelton is the number one American man now. I would go number two. I'd put Taylor Fritz, just consistent play. Number three, Paul. Number four, Tiafo. Five, Seb Corda.
Hmm. I haven't heard much about Corda lately.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did. I don't remember his last few results. Um, I think he did decently in the
Usually
last Wimbledon.
he loses relatively early, but he is a good player. His father
He
was a
seems to
great
do
player.
well in the U.S. Open and Wimbledon. He does well this time of year. If I'm not mistaken, his debut big success was a U.S. Open.
Here's the funny thing. His father was good. Petr Korda
Hmm.
was very good. Okay, so they're Czech Republic. You know what they don't call it that anymore? They call it Checha.
Czechoslovakia. What, really?
Yep, look it up. Checha.
Hmm.
And kind of strange. That's been going on since 2016 or something. And
Hmm.
I'd never heard about it until today
Wow.
when Katie, one of the coaches at the club I'm with,
Hmm.
came back. She took a junior team to Checha.
Okay.
Where the heck is that? I said, well, it used to be Czech Republic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you predicting Sinner?
I'm predicting Sinner.
That's an
I'm
easy
predicting
prediction.
Alcaraz goes out within a few rounds. I'm predicting Shelton does well. I'm predicting Mboko does well. For the women's, I'm predicting, I'm gonna go, probably not expecting this. I'm gonna go Swiatek wins the whole thing.
Well, that's a distinct possibility. He's just won Wimbledon. Um,
Yeah, but you think
Sabalenka
hardcore,
and
who's been dominant on hard? Swiatek has not been that dominant on hardcore.
no, that's not her surface. Clay is
No,
her
but
surface.
that's why I'm saying you might be shocking to you.
Could be. Sabalenka, who's still number one in the world, she beat Raducanu today, 7-6 in the third.
Hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she might have been a little bit psyched out by Raducanu because she's playing well now again.
Mm. Yeah, good. She just needs to focus on the tennis.
Yeah.
That's all. Big star, but just focus on the
A
tennis.
lot of pressure on her.
Yeah.
She is number one, and she's a little bit volatile anyway. Makes a
Yeah.
lot of mistakes.
Let's check
She is
in
number one.
on what's doing in Cincinnati. Have you been follow? I haven't followed the tournament
Yeah, a
all.
little bit.
Mhm.
Sinner and Alcaraz are still in. I think Taylor Fritz is still in.
Mhm.
I think Shelton's playing too. I think he's still in.
What are we at? What are we at with this?
And I think they
Round
just
of
finished the
16.
round of
Felix
32.
is in.
Who?
Felix in the round of 16.
Yeah, Felix just won.
Yeah. Runa versus Tiafo. Fritz is in. Hmm.
I don't know.
Tommy
It's
Paul's
awfully
in.
close to the
Gabriel
US Open.
Diallo. Diallo's up 4-3 against Sinner
Playing, yeah.
in the second set.
Well, that can happen. He can hold serve. He's got a big serve,
Of
Diallo.
course, Tsitsipas gets beaten by the world famous Bonzi.
I don't know what's with I think his father's back in his corner now. I was reading
I think yeah, I
Tsitsipas'
saw that.
father.
But I saw that because Goran said this guy has a terrible work ethic. I don't want to work with him. He's just like, I don't get it. I don't get like that Tsitsipas, Kyrgios. They share that mentality. I know they had their duel on the court, and but
And
they share that mentality of I'm so skilled at this that I don't have to practice. For me, I would be like, I'm so skilled at this. Imagine what would happen if I practiced.
yeah. Well,
And
you know
then
the
I'd
old
practice more, you know? So I don't get that mentality of like avoiding the hard work, like Tsitsipas and Kyrgios did.
well, you know the old saying, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Yeah, yeah. And we saw glimpses of how good Kyrgios could be throughout his career, but
But he's all talk about emotionally disturbed.
I think he's just a free spirit. I don't think he's emotionally
Yeah.
disturbed.
And
I think
Tsitsipas is very talented too.
unbelievably.
Yeah. It's funny, they're both Greek.
I know, yeah. That's true. Maybe that's why there's a rivalry. Okay, I wanted to shift gears here and do a little coach's corner segment. So, us being both tennis professionals, I want to go over kind of your thoughts, and we've seen it all at the clubs over the years. Drop ball feeding, feeding out of a basket with a racket, or rallying with your student at the baseline. Can you give us a brief overview of what kind of scenario would enlist one of these options over the other?
Okay, it depends where first of all, where the player is. Like if the player is a ranked beginner,
Hmm.
you go over the stroke and a drop ball is good to start with. And then the basket feed from the net, where you do first of all waist high balls and then you make them move a little bit. But you want to quickly get to the stage, which I'm a believer in. It depends how you're feeding the balls. If I feed a student waist high balls for a year, they're going to be very good at hitting waist high balls with good form, but that's not playing tennis.
No,
So, so if I get them away from that and start to feed low balls and high balls. And do they back up? Do they come forward? But you can feed like that and make it as if it were a real game by your variety of feeding. But I do
correct,
not believe in feeding waist-high balls for a long period of time.
correct,
Get the stroke. You'll never get the stroke perfect anyway, but you have to teach the student how to play.
correct.
So now, once they can do that, once they can deal with a variety of balls, short balls, long balls, backing up on high ones, etc., then you can start with a baseline rallying.
Hmm.
That's a bit away if you're starting from ranked beginners.
Correct. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And obviously as well, coordination levels and athleticism, the whole
Correct, correct.
coordination.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
I think I frame it in this context. The goal of tennis is to be so good that you would rarely ever be fed balls, and drop ball feeding is never used, and you're mostly hitting from the baseline with another person for your practicing. That's the goal. But
Yeah.
to get you there, if you're depending on your level, we might need a drop ball feed you. We might need to hit you lots and lots of balls, and from the basket, whether it be waist height or not. And but those are all being enlisted for the purpose of getting you to be rallying from the baseline. So I think the best thing, if your client can do it, if my student can do it, the best thing for their development is for me to be standing on the baseline trying to do rally based drills with them so that my ball is coming off of their ball. It's an actual rally ball, something they're actually going to be most realistic, most game like.
Yeah. They have to get to that stage though.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
Once
yeah,
you get to that stage, that should be the majority of your training, the vast,
yeah,
vast majority.
correct. because you have to do what the student is capable of. Like, no
Yeah,
sense in
absolutely.
feeding in hitting from the baseline and they're whiffing every ball.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. But to get you
Yes.
there, that's why we drop ball feed.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to have somebody who is an unbelievable player, is a Division 1 tennis player, and get them on the court and drop ball feed them for an
Yeah.
extended period. That's
I like to
ridiculous.
I like to get away from the drop ball pretty fast.
Yeah, exactly. That would be
That's
so
just me.
ridiculous of me. Just like if I brought on a rank beginner, got her behind the baseline or him, and I'm on the other side of the net and say, okay, let's go 20 balls deep past the service line, cross court, get it in this tiny section deep in the cross court, go. And she can't get it over the net. That would
Right.
be equally as ridiculous. So that's why
Yeah.
you
So
do
that's
certain
various
things
state.
for your level.
Yeah, various stages. So you feed balls, you just have to get it over the net and in the court. Then you feed balls which are a little more difficult. They have to move a bit, they may have to back up, etc. Then it's the placement of the balls. Like I look at it this way. Primary purpose, number one, get it over the net. Number two, get it in the big section at the back of the court. Number three, get it in the big section of the back of the court um, with some direction.
Yes.
What side are you hitting to? And then number four, do all that stuff but hit harder. But that is somewhere down the road.
My favorite, and I think of Nick Bollettieri because I think I heard him doing this one time. I think it was with Agassi, and it was for a video. And Nick Bollettieri's having some guys feed Agassi forehands, and Agassi's hammering them, and Nick is screaming at Agassi, "Hit it harder! Hit it harder!" But that's my favorite thing to say to a student, like to be in that position where you think they're coordinated enough and they're hitting the ball consistently, and now you go hit it harder and it works and they do it. Like that's my favorite, absolute favorite.
That's down the road.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it?
I always ask my students, um, what's your purpose in doing tennis lessons? Where do you want to be with your game? And they may say, well, I want to be able to hit it over the net. Or they may say, I want to look good when I'm playing. I want good strokes. Or they may say, I want to be able to play with nearly everybody in the club.
Mhm.
Or I want to be a 3.0 player, which is a
Mhm.
pretty decent goal for a
Right.
beginner. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, so there it is. So the bottom line is get out of that drop ball feeding, then go to spend some time with feeding from the net at various, first of all, at waist high, then
Hmm.
at various heights and various positions, and then go from there with some direction in their ball.
Absolutely.
That's it.
All right. I think that's a wrap. Is there
Yeah,
anything
very
else you wanted
good.
to cover?
Very good. I think we got everything. And it'd be interesting to say, okay, so final prediction for the US Open. One
Yep.
man, one woman.
Yannick Sinner, Iga
Hmm.
Swiatek.
Okay, so I'm going to go Sinner, and even though I hate to do it, Sabalenka, just because I don't trust her, but I think she's going to come through.
Yeah.
All right,
All
we'll
right.
see.
Very interesting. We'll see. And we'll see you all very, very shortly for baseline banter number 8.
Wow.
So that's number 7, all wrapped up. Thank you very much for watching. Like,
Yeah.
comment, subscribe. We'll see you all in the next one.
Okay, bye-bye.